Hello there, people. My name is Sho, and welcome to an episode of Game Things. So, for today, let's talk about the biggest news of this week. We have the Pokemon Presents happen on August 8th this Tuesday, delivered by the company's CEO Takato Utsunomiya. Most of them are the ongoing developments, projects, events, as well as the upcoming games and contents from the Pokemon franchise. To start it off, if you don't already know, the 2023 Pokemon World Championship kicked off from August 11th and will be ending by 13th of August this year, with Yokohama, Japan being the host city this year. Every year, the Pokemon World Championship hosts Pokemon trainers from all around the world to battle and compete to chase after the championship title. The competing games this year includes Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video game, the Pokemon trading card game which I do follow and play, mostly online through Pokemon TCG Live, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. The Pokemon Company also revealed an animated series called Pokemon Path to the Peak. The craziest part is that the episode 1 of the animated series will be available on YouTube on their official channel on 11 August 2023, so definitely don't miss that out. There is also another Pokemon original animated web series set in the Paldea region called Pokemon Paldean Winds, and it will also be streamed on September 6, 2023 on the official Pokemon YouTube channel. With the animated series all covered, let's talk about games, as we saw a trailer for the upcoming Detective Pikachu Returns alongside its partner Tim Goodman. They are the duo here to solve all the strange mysteries that comes along their way, and players can enjoy the game on Nintendo Switch starting Friday on October 6, 2023. There are also some not as exciting news, at least to me, like how Pokemons from the Paldean region is coming to Pokemon Go on September this year. Would have been more exciting if I am still playing the game. Pokemon Masters EX has added 2 newcomers to its rosters, in which they are the Trainer Nemona from the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet series and Palmot, joining the players with new stories in Pokemon Master EX made available on August 8th at 1 p.m. UTC time. And I know there are more details that were shared for these 2 games here, but I just don't play as much mobile games anymore. And if you play these games, chances are you probably already know what's going on. So don't even make me talk about Pokemon Cafe remakes. I beg you. Anything but the Tatsugiris. And if you're Gen Z, I don't think you would care about the older generation of Pokemon TCG and Pokemon Stadium 2 being made available via Nintendo Switch Online, via the Game Boy emulator and Nintendo 64 emulator respectively, with Pokemon Stadium 2 being an expansion pack only benefits, right? Does anyone here actually do care about this? Even if you did not get to play these games on its initial release, I believe Pokemon Sleep, that got its release last month in July 2023, will still be able to pull in some new audience. I myself started using it because I realized that I just don't get enough sleep, especially in recent months. So I decided to download the game, not so much about playing the game, but more so to act as my reminder for my bedtime. And honestly, I do experience the gradual change to my sleep duration. If you are sleep deprived like me, look no further than Pokemon Sleep, as the game is also preparing a good sleep day in which moon will be full and you, the sleeping trainers, will be encouraged to join in as well to attain more research points and have higher chance to encounter more Pokemons on this special day. If you want to be the very best, then you have to sleep your best too. There is an ongoing event for the video game Pokemon Scarlet and Violet called Get Mew and Mewtwo, and you can enter this mystery gift code to redeem your very own Mew. It is capitalized Get Your Mew without space, with the letter O being a number 0 instead. Again, it is capitalized Get Your Mew with letter O being a number 0 instead. Be sure to do it while you remember, as this code will only last until Monday on September 18, 2:59 p.m. UTC time. As for the Mewtwo, it will appear as a special Terra Raid battle event, with the event starting on September 1st, 12 a.m. UTC time, and the event will last a little more than 2 weeks until Sunday, September 17, 11:59 p.m. UTC time. There are in-game Terra Raid battle events that are happening right now to get you prepared for the upcoming Mewtwo Raid battle as we are speaking. Finally, after the initial release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in November 2022, we now have a sneak peek of the DLC expansion for both games, called The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, with part 1 of the DLC named The Teal Mask, coming out on Wednesday, September 13 this year, and a part 2 of the DLC, The Indigo Disc, planned for a release in winter 2023. In all honesty, the video did a great job at explaining all the details, so if you're interested to know more about the old folk tale and the nitty gritty of the new upcoming DLC that happens in the land of Kitakami, check out the video with the link provided down below. And that will be all we have today for Pokémon Presents, so let's move on to the flash news of this week. As much as I'm a fan of the Persona franchise, I don't really understand why is this a thing in a single player game other than trying to make more money from the corporate point of view. Apparently, both Akechi and Kisume will only be accessible through the Day 1 DLC called the Repaint Your Heart Challenge Pack in Persona 5 Tactica. Other than that, I'm still absolutely in love with the art style and the animated cutscenes of the game, which is just stunning. Of course, being a turn-based nerd combat nerd myself, I just couldn't help with that. So the conclusion here is that if you love Akechi and Kisume, you better love them so much that you will buy it on or before the day of its release on Friday, November 17th this year. In the meantime, you can check out the second trailer of the game with the link provided in the description. Moving on, we have a 2010 title, Red Dead Redemption, which was initially released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, coming to the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on August 17, which is the coming Thursday, with the physical copies releasing on October 13 this year. If it is made available on the PlayStation 4, chances are it should be available on the PlayStation 5 as well, because of PlayStation 5's backwards compatibility. Although the game does include the Undead Nightmare DLC, is it really worth the $50 price tag for a game that is more than 10 years old? That is not even the point here. Apparently, people are upset that Rockstars just don't care enough to make changes or to remaster this old title. People are disappointed because Rockstar just decides to port this 10-year-old game to modern platforms and call it a day. I can't say that I'm surprised, but man, to have a potentially worse release than GTA the Trilogy, I guess you can call this a bad take too. See what I did there? Bad take two? Because take two? And now for the cricket news that we will breeze through. You see, the gaming industry should learn how to make announcements on game delays. Look at the people at Devolver Digital. These are the people who can quickly turn a horror movie session into a comedy with just a few words. Everything else aside, there are a handful of titles from Devolver that are delayed into 2024, and whatever you're doing right now, stop and just give this 3 minutes Devolver Delayed Showcase 2023-2024 edition a watch. It is that important, and I promise you, it will be worth it. Then we also have the release of Apex Legends Season 18 happened on August 8th this week. Unlike the previous seasons, there are no new characters being introduced for Season 18, but we do get an update that rework its passive, tactical, and ultimate skill of the current character, Revenant. To all the Apex Legends player base out there that somehow stumbled upon this video, let me direct you to the official gameplay trailer instead with the link provided down below to see more on the changes that are made. We now also know that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is arriving on November 10 this year from this short 40 seconds trailer, so mark it on your calendar if that's what you live for in this lifetime. And finally, The First Descendant is a looter shooter RPG that will have its crossplay integration open beta taking place from September 19 up until 25th of September on the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series, and PC. Registration for the open beta is now up, so do sign up if you want to give this game a try. At least on Steam, it is just a simple click on request access, so might as well, right? Coming to the game releases of this week, we have the fast-paced action RPG Atlas Fallen developed by Deck 13. If you like yourself some methodical combat, this game is worth to check out. Released on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC on Thursday, August 10th. As for those who only had an Xbox One or Xbox Series, the well-known, well-received cat game Stray is now made available on the mentioned platforms, also on this Thursday on August the 10th. Lastly, having dodged the Baldur's Gate 3 overwhelmingly positive release last week, Stray Gods the role-playing musical is for those who loves mystery, interactive gameplay, and great stories to back it up, with the game releasing on all modern platforms which include PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC, also on Thursday, August 10th. And just a quick plug-in, Steam Visual Novel Fest is happening right now from August 7 to August 14, ending on 10 AM Pacific time. Definitely give it a try, definitely check it out if you are interested in visual novels based game. And as usual, on the Epic Game Store this week, you can claim yourself a copy of Europa Universalis 4, fit for the old school strategy game lovers that took place in the early modern world. And all while keeping an eye on you, a narrated sim that requires a lot of brain power to analyze and investigate the many citizens of the nation on the series of terror attacks that happened, so be prepared to search the web, scroll through the social media posts, news portals, and blogs to secure any possible clues. Both games are free to claim until 17th of August. And that marks the end of this week's episode of Game Things. As always, if you find this video helpful, do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and hit on the bell to receive notifications whenever we have a new upload here on YouTube.